Hello guys, this is Joyce from Enjoy Scrappin' 2. Today I'm here with Faber-Castell Design Memory Crafts, and I'm going to share this iron off emboss resist technique. I'm going to be using various products from Faber-Castell Design Memory Crafts line, and you'll be able to see how easy it is to mix and match different mediums and colors, and they all work perfectly well together. First, I'm going to be doing some embossing on these watercolor cardstocks. So I'm going to prep the watercolor cardstocks using the anti-static powder tool so that we can emboss with white powder and the powder won't get to other places that we don't want. So I'm going to go ahead and first stamp this large butterfly. This is a very detailed stamp, so I chose out one detailed stamp, and the other stamp is going to have a different look to it. So I'm putting the white embossing powder here onto the butterfly that we stamped using the sticky ink for some mark. And now I'm going to heat set it, melting the white embossing powder. Make sure your heat gun is really hot, creates less warping. The second stamp that I'll be using is this jumbo peony stamp, and this has very wide, thick lines, so it's a little different than the butterfly, which has intricate lines. Again, I'm going to use the white embossing powder. For a complete supply list, please visit Design Memory Crafts blog, which I'll put a link in the descriptions below, as well as designmemorycrafts.com, where you can purchase all of these products. So first, let's put some color on these stamped images, and I'm going to be using Gelatos for it. And all these gelatos are from different color families. For the butterfly, I'll be using the red cherry gelatos, mango gelatos, and banana gelatos. The red cherry gelato is from the red collection. The blood orange gelatos and the banana gelatos are from the 50s Diner collection. And I'm going to go ahead and use my finger to just do the blending. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you can see how easily these gelatos blend with or without water. I'm going to add some more color as I need. And it may look like a hot mess now, but the embossing powder will resist all of the gelatos. So later on, we'll be able to see the real detailed image. For the peonies, I'm using the red cherry gelatos, as well as bubblegum gelatos and guava gelatos. For this, I'm just randomly just putting color. I'm not really trying to color the peonies. I'm just putting some variations of dark and light colors. And once these all blend out, it's going to be really pretty. It may look like a mess now, but as you can see, as we start to blend, these colors will blend beautifully. These colors are all from the red collection. I do have a baby wipe next to me, so when I feel that it is too dry, I touch my finger onto the baby wipe, and then I get a little bit of moisture to blend it out. adding more color as needed. I'm moving back and forth from the butterfly and this peony because I want to let that dry a little. And now I'm going to outline the entire butterfly using the cotton candy gelatos from the blue collection. And I'm putting the silver ice metallic gelatos for the center of the body. But that's all going to get mixed up together, so. And to blend out the cotton candy gelatos, I'm going to use some water and a brush this time, so you can see how they blend with water. As you can see, they blend really easily. Gelatos are a very easy medium to work with. I'm definitely going to use it a lot more. So again here, I blended it out. For the peonies, I'm using the green tea gelatos. This is from the green collection. And again, I'm going to go ahead and use a water and a brush. And even though it doesn't blend out perfectly, it's still going to be okay. So after it's once dried, I'm using a dry paper towel and I'm rubbing off the gelatos that's on the butterfly. And all the embossed area will resist the gelatos. So we can just wipe off what's on the embossing powder to reveal that white embossing line. Again, I'm using a dry paper towel and just rubbing. So here is the iron off part. I placed several printer paper at the bottom, and then I put the butterfly and I put another copy paper on top and used the hot iron to iron it off. What this is going to do is remove all the embossing powder onto the copy paper, making the embossing disappear in a way because we've transferred it to the copy paper. So it's no longer going to have a raised area on the stamped image as well as the shiny look from the embossing powder. So when you touch it after this is done, you're just going to feel just flat. So as you saw, I ironed it off several times because there was a lot of embossing powder on these stamps because these are very large stamps. So now I'm going to grab my Art Grip Aquarelle watercolor pencils. This is from the red collection. I'm going to just use one color and I'm going to just accent here and there. I'm not going to completely color the whole area because I still want that light and the dark color variation. But if I was to go over the white line right now, you can definitely get rid of the white lines because there are no embossing powder left on this stamp image. So if we scribble on color on top of this, you will get rid of the white lines. So I'm making sure not to touch the white lines because we don't want to cover that up. Now I'm going to use a Stamper's Big Brush pen to give more depth and dimension. This is from the Subtle pack. I'm using the Light Flesh, and you're going to see the difference between the side that we use the Stamper's Big Brush and the other side. There's a huge difference. These pens are awesome, as you can see right there from the right side to the left side. These pens are permanent once dried. They're light fast, acid-free, and archival. So these have India inks in them, so they dry permanent, but you still have that little bit of a time when you can blend it out just a little bit. Now I'm using the silver ice here and there, silver ice gelato. And then this is a spray mix that we made using the Silver Texture Luxe with water. And you can see that shimmer. It's absolutely gorgeous. So now I grab this little gesso. This is from the texture pack where you can try out different mediums. And I'm putting the gesso on the yellow part of the butterfly just to lighten it a little bit more. And then I'm going to put on the peony on the bottom left corner. That's where I'm going to stamp my sentiment. I'm going to use my Misty to stamp my sentiment because I want that sentiment to be really dark. So if I don't stamp it right the first time with the Misty, you can stamp it over and over in the same area. So it makes it a lot easier. And I want the sentiment to be really dark. I should have used the pigment ink, but I am using a dye ink, so I'm going to stamp it like several times. And even then, on certain areas, I could not get it to stamp. I think that's because the embossing residue was there still a little bit. So it's kind of resisting the ink in certain areas. You can't really see it on camera, but I can. So I went ahead and stamped this large things on both of these images. And then because I felt that it wasn't dark enough, I grabbed the Essentials Pit Artist pens. These are Pit Artist pens, black. This is from the Essentials collection, and this is the bold. You get different nibs in the pack, and I'm going right over it to make those areas darker. I love this pen because it's super black and it goes on any areas. If you were to use like a Sharpie or something like that, it wouldn't go on. The areas would still resist it. But these pens are awesome. So I grabbed this textured brown cardstock. It's like a dark, deep chocolate. I thought it matched the images that we created well, kind of giving the shabby chic look. So I'm just using my ATG and I'm going to go ahead and attach this and then attach this part to my card base. Initially I was going to use a white cardstock, but I changed my mind and I grabbed this Desert Storm Nina 100-pound. I thought it matched a little bit better than that stark white cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these to my card base. Again, please visit the Design Memory Crafts blog for the full list of the products that I've used, the colors and the names. And also visit the designmemorycrafts.com where you can get all of these cool supplies. So we created 2 cards, same technique, but it gave a little bit of variation in the 2 because the butterfly is really intricate textured and the peonies is just large lines, bold. So I thank you guys so much for stopping by. Here are some closer pictures as you can see, and we mixed and matched many different colors and mediums. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.